It sounds like common sense, but it's actually pretty radical.
The NCAA makes $1.1 billion in revenue annually.
In that you would have people showing up at college, they've got their book bag, they've got their linen, and rather than them just being a regular student, these people would be getting paid.
Players are now demanding a slice of the pie, and they want to be compensated directly for the work that they put in for their schools.
And I guess they'd be getting paid maybe more than their professors, getting paid as much as a college president. I mean, how is this going to actually work?
For more than 100 years, the distinct character of college sports has been that it's played by students who are amateurs, which is to say that they are not paid for their play.
I've got a son named Cabral. He's 9 years old. He is a great soccer player. And you know why he plays? For the love of the game. Do you think he would be a better player if at the end of every game he got more cookies and more snacks than the other kids because he was a great player? What happened to the love of the game?
The NCAA told the Supreme Court that what's at stake in this case is the future of amateurism, which is what makes college athletics different.
So the NCAA presented their oral arguments in the Alston versus NCAA case, with the 9 Supreme Court justices presiding over whether the NCAA's rules restricting education-related compensation violate federal antitrust law.
Schools are conspiring with competitors, agreeing with competitors, I'll say that, to pay no salaries to the workers who are making the schools billions of dollars on the theory that consumers want the schools to pay their workers nothing. And that just seems entirely circular and even somewhat disturbing.
What's shocking is Brett Kavanaugh may be for the players, but here's the thing. He's not alone. Amy Coney Barrett accurately summed up the NCAA's argument as an idea that consumers love watching unpaid people play sports.
Well, it just strikes me as odd that the coaches' salaries have ballooned and they're in the amateur ranks, as are the players.
And then even Clarence Thomas made strong statements against the NCAA's ideologies. Samuel Alito, another conservative, pro-corporate jurist, also sounded prickly with Waxman, the NCAA's lawyer, challenging him on whether educational benefits constituted pay-for-play at all.
This is not an ordinary product. This is an effort to bring into the world something that's brought joy and all kinds of things to millions and millions of people, and it's only partly economic. Okay? So I worry a lot about judges getting into the business of deciding how amateur sports should be run.
A bit of a concerning statement here from liberal Justice Stephen Breyer. By far one of the dumbest quotes I saw on the NCAA's part was this. When Attorney Waxman said, if you allow athletes to be paid, they will be spending even more time on their athletics and even less time on academics. The NCAA's essential argument is that fans of college sports like that the players aren't paid, and therefore allowing them to be paid would adversely impact the popularity and profitability of the enterprise. Basically, we should continue to do this because we've always done this, and it's worked well for us, and some people like it. The NCAA's rationale is a common argument that ignores two things. First, there's little evidence that a significant group of college sports fans would stop watching if players were compensated more, and there's even less evidence that such a group is bigger than the contingent that swears off college sports altogether because of its exploitative economic model. Second, pro sports don't seem to have a problem getting eyeballs. Well put. In short, this case will be going on for months, likely until the summer. This hearing that we saw was just a warm-up. However, if nothing else, it showed how decades of ineffective leadership, both at the NCAA, in conference offices, and on campus, have left college sports prone. Rather than evolve, compromise, and change with the times, college sports has clung to the status quo via lawyers, lobbying, and scare tactics. Competitive balance, academics. Basically, the NCAA did nothing for so long. It's handed the steering wheel over to politicians, lobbyists, and jurists. They just punted it all away. It's a disastrous way to run a business, yet here we are, their lawyer getting so scalded by Supreme Court justices that the NCAA's chief hope for victory is that the court is too scared to act.